My wife, who has been convalescing since a terrible fall that she took at Christmas, asked me if I would paint her kind of an overgrown flower garden enclosed by a stone wall. To please her, I said yes. Now, I've never done that before, so I don't know if I can do that in 30 minutes, but we'll give her the old college try. So let's paint and give it a try. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do here, but we'll do it. We'll give it the try. I'm going to try to do everything else pretty quickly, like the sky and everything, so that, let's see, so that I can get onto that stone wall. I have an idea of how I'm going to do it, but not exactly sure, so I need to give myself plenty of time. I ought to have some up higher too, I guess. Okay, let's blend that in, and if I like that, we'll get right on this painting. Because, like I said, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do here. No, that's not, like I said, that's not exactly true. I have an idea. I've thought about it. So I have an idea of how to do it, and I think it'll work. Okay, that's going to have to do for that. All right, let's, I want a little bit of background here. I don't want a whole lot, but I do want a little bit of, let's see, maybe like there's a hill or something in the background. I don't know. Something like that. Well, let's see, that's a little bright, or a little too green, so I need to, let me get in your way here. I need to tint that down a little bit. I think my wall's going to come up and, okay. I think I have a wall with a kind of a break in it. Okay, let's get that background done. Let's see. And maybe, yeah. I'm going to have a few trees in the background. Maybe, don't want a whole lot, but maybe going down off over the hill like that. Okay. And then I'm going to need something on this side. Maybe a pretty tall tree to kind of balance that out. And maybe some brush in front of that. I think that'll work. Let me get that. Okay. All right. Let me see. Get some trunks going here. Just a few. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this background. Those are way too fat. Oh yeah, those are way too fat. Can't do that. Better use this brush. Okay. Yes. A little more like it. Well, don't really know. I don't want to get too carried away with that back there anyway. Let's see. Let's have maybe, let's see, let's have a color maybe about like that for those background trees. Like I said, I don't want to get too carried away with this background because I think this foreground is going to give me all the work I can do today. Okay. And let's see, I'm going to get rid of all that white in there. And let's see, let me have maybe some darker brush up in front here. I don't know, just at the edge of that green. Now I do want to see a few trunks back there. Okay, that'll have to do. Let's see. Okay, this side over here. See what I can do about this side. I think I want this one, this big tree, to be kind of dark. Oh, I do need a trunk in this one, though, that's for sure. Okay. We do need to see a trunk in this one. And maybe just some side limbs here and there. Okay. Want to feather that out at the sides. Make it look like genuine leaves back there. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, I don't want to get... Okay, and I'm going to put some really dark brush down here at the bottom. Like I said, I don't want to get too carried away with this background because I'm worried about that stone wall taking up all my time. I've already spent 6 minutes on this. Okay, now then. Oh, you know what? I need a tree back there, don't I? I just do. Well, let's see. Let's have a tree coming up here. Pretty good sized tree. And I want to break off into lots of different limbs. I'm in your way again. I'm sorry about that. Okay, let me get this brush. Now let's see, this brush. Okay, and let me get all kinds of limbs going here. Man, I keep getting in your way today. I gotta admit, I'm a little nervous about this painting, that's why. Oh man, I don't want limbs that thick. What are you doing, Danny? What are you doing? I don't want to. Wow, let me get that other little brush. I need little limbs. I think I told you last week that I sprang for some new brushes, and I'm not overly happy with them. They just seem to not work as well as I hoped they would. Well, one thing, they were a bargain too, and that I have found never works very well. Okay. Well, oh man, I better get going here. That wall, I think, is going to cause me grief. Okay, now I'm gonna have to. I think my son's gonna be over here today. So, let me kind of lighten up a few of these. Now, all right, I'm going to put, let's see, don't want that dark color. I want Yeah, I want some light leaves on. Let me pretend like this is fairly early spring. And I want this to be, okay, maybe not that light. Maybe about like this. I got all that white of that cloud back there that's giving me grief. I wanted this tree to be light against that dark back there. Let me see if I can brighten it up a little. I do not know what I think of that. Man, I'm spending a lot of time in this tree, and I really don't want to do that. Okay, this is going to have to be darker. There's nothing I can do about it. There's going to have to be some darker green in here. It just is. Otherwise, this tree won't show up. So we'll do that. I don't really want this tree to be anything like the focal point of the painting anyway, so I don't know. Now, I'm going to put some brighter here just to show that the sun's on this side. Yeah, that'll okay. I got to get on this wall. This wall has me worried. Okay. Let's see. I think I'm going to have this wall come like this, and I have a break in it right here. And then, let's see. And then go like that, I think. Yeah. I want to get all this. Don't need this green paint on there. Let's see. Okay. Me. Now, I hope this works, my idea. I really hope this works. I'm going to put black as a base. Like I said, I'm going to have a break in it right there. And I want to go to a corner right here. Okay. I want there to be a corner in the wall. Right about there. All right. Well, here we go. Let's see if this works. What I want to do is mix a bunch of this white and gray and try to make that look like there's a whole bunch of stones in it. I want them to look pretty good, pretty big, some of them. Stand over here and look at this. Okay, they've got to be a little bit bigger than that. I can't have that much black in that wall. So these stones are gonna have to be bigger. Just needs to be just enough black in there to make it look like there's a gap between these stones. But I don't want it to be so big. I don't want there to be so much black that it doesn't look like the stones are laying on top of each other, which is the effect I want to go for. Oh boy, I don't have that much time left. I gotta get going here. Okay, well, want it to look like there's a break in the wall right there. And gonna have it light on this side of this too, but it's gonna be dark down in there. Okay. I tell you, I'm always promising that woman something that sometimes I can't deliver. This may be one of those where I scrape the canvas and scrap the video. We don't know yet. But I'll tell you something, that woman, I love her with all my heart, and she can get me to promise almost anything. At least her. She can get me to promise her almost anything. Let me get back over here again. Okay, now these have got to look more like stones. Well, we'll see. I want the sun to be over here, so this is going to be a shadow here. I want the sun over there today. Excuse me again. Now then, here, oops, I don't want it to be as bright because it's going to be in shadow here. But I still want there to look like there's stones here. And there's a corner in the wall right here. Oh boy, I am going to run out of time if I don't get going here. Well, like I said, that woman can get me to promise her anything. Whether I can deliver, the jury's still out on that. Let me look at this. We're going to have to call that a stone wall. I got 10 minutes here. So let's get some greenery in this garden here. First of all, I want this to be dark over here. Oh man, I got to do something here, folks. You know what? I need a brown base for this. I need a brown base. I don't need it to be quite that thick, but I do need a brown base so it looks like there's earth in there. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Okay. Nope, don't want that. Where was that brush I had? Right here, okay. I want it to be dark over here. And of course, sunlight catches the top of it. So it's a little brighter green there. But I need all kinds of greenery all over here. So let me just mix up these greens and just all kinds of greens. Because we want this to look like an overgrown garden. And I'll bring this, look like the sunlight's coming in here. I'll tell you, I want something else. If I got time to do it, I think I want kind of a brick path coming in here. See if I can make that look right. I want a brick path that comes and maybe goes off into there somewhere. I might have to mix a little white in here to make it look like real bricks. Okay. And I don't want much here, and I don't have time to do much of anything, so I don't want much here. I just want this to look like maybe there's a brick path that winds into the garden, disappears. Okay, we got to get back to that greenery and get some flowers going. Oh boy, Danny boy, what did you get yourself into this time? I really just want this to look like there's all kinds of different colors in there of green. And some of them going up that wall like that. Down next to this walk. And in front of the walk, kind of cutting it off like that. Okay, we only got like 7 minutes here, so let's get some flowers going. Lay that palette down. Get this one. And let's see. You know, maybe there's rose bush right here. Got red roses on it. Come on. Come on, get off there. Work for me. Come on. Okay. And let's have some, let's see. Let's maybe have some like lavender growing right here by the path. No, don't want it on the path. Where's that brush? Right there. Okay. Don't want it on the little brick path that goes back in there. Hope that's what that looks like anyway. Okay. Anyway. Get some lavender or something growing right here. And I think right here at this side, I'd like a big white bush of some kind. Something that's got a lot of white flowers on it. Real bright, standing out like that. Okay. And we're gonna need some yellow flowers. Maybe back over here. I want some like bushy yellow flowers around, and I want some darker orange flowers around. Maybe those would be kind of feathery against the wall. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna need some. Get this one again. I've only got 4 minutes here. I want some kind of dark leafy things growing up in there in places. Kind of like that. And over here maybe. Looks like a big, broad, leafy, maybe not flowers, maybe they're for greenery. And yeah, something like that. Okay. Now I need lay that down. Now I need some. I don't really have enough yellow in there, do I? There we go. And let me, let's see, get this brush. I need some kind of pink feathery things. That didn't really feather for me. We need more of this. Need some dark colored flowers in there too. Maybe like this. I don't know what these are, but whoa, that's a lot of paint. Yeah, when you get in a hurry, that's what you do. I don't know what that is, but it's something. And maybe there's some back in there. Maybe some red over in here, peeking out. Yeah, I kind of like that actually. I need some bright. Let's see. Let's have some red flowers. I got 2 minutes. Wow. Let's have some red flowers that grow like this. I didn't want to put that next to that rose, did I? Put them over here in this corner. I don't know what those are either, but I'm going to add a little bit of white to them to kind of brighten them up. And that'll help there too. Okay. And some feathery pink stuff growing in there. And so I got just a few seconds here. I need some low flowers. I need some low flowers next to like that, next to the walkway here, like some ground cover type. Yeah, like that. Like the path once upon a time was edged in maybe phlox or something, I don't know. And let's see, got 15 seconds. Have some kind of bushy thing going there, maybe. Well, that's it. I'm out of time, but I really want to have some brighter yellow somewhere. I want to have some brighter yellow somewhere. All right, I gotta sign this and be done. We're done. Okay. Let me get my little brush here and I'll sign this and we'll be done. Yeah, sign right here in this bush, I guess. And this is 16. The T don't look right there, does it? Okay. All right. Throw those things away. All right, folks. Went a minute over. Sorry about that. And I hope my wife will like that. That's the best I can do. Thank you for watching. Please take a moment to subscribe if you like what I'm doing. Hope you enjoyed this 30 minutes. Hope to see you again. Until then, God bless and you take care.